Hey, Patty, you know what time it is?
I do.
It's a little late,
It is.
but we still should do it.
That's right.
Let's do another Midweek Update! Hey, everybody. Sorry,
guys.
we're a little behind schedule this week.
Yeah, just time flew by.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Somehow we record on Wednesday nights, and we woke up this morning and went, we forgot to record. So, and I just think we just been so busy.
It's just been kind of crazy, yeah.
And one thing I want to say right now, you did not hear our song just a second ago where we would normally put it, and you never will again. And I want to explain this here, and I'm sure I'll end up answering this question a million times over the next year.
I'm sure.
But we had a copyright claim against us earlier this week that we lost on appeal for a song we had used literally 2 years ago. Now, it wasn't Droplets, which has always been our theme song, but it's by the same artist, Vexento.
Yep.
I can't figure out what's going on. Vexento's music has always been copyright free. I had even several years ago reached out through Messenger or something and said, it's okay for us to use your music. And he was like, absolutely, my music's all copyright free. Yep. But another YouTube channel that does something with copywriting filed a claim against us on that video. And so I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop that like we end up getting, and I'm not exaggerating, hundreds of copyright claims.
Yep.
Because of using, if they're coming after anyone who's using Vexento, we are, and so what happens is they won't shut down our channel, but it means that all of our videos will get demonetized if that happens until I go, what I will literally have to do is go and either cut out the intro in every video,
Yep.
or replace it. Like YouTube will allow you to like overlay another
Something
little
else.
song.
Yeah.
Probably the easiest thing, even though it'll make the videos janky, would be just to go in and cut out that 5 to 7 second clip.
Yep.
So we will not be using it. So we may never, and who knows, maybe it was just for that one song. I don't know why it would have been that one song, but we cannot risk our channel going forward using any music that we are not licensing. And so for the time being, we probably just will not have an intro until we find, Now, we may find another song that we really like through Epidemic Sound, who we do now license all of our music. And the good thing about that is even if we cancel our Epidemic Sound, their guarantee is once a video has went live under your license, it's good forever.
Yeah, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. So anyway, I know some of you are going to be disappointed. Trust me, we're disappointed. We've had that song with us now for over 4 years.
Truman sings to it.
Truman sings to it, but we cannot risk the livelihood of our channel going forward because, I mean, I just don't know. I mean, there's just no way around it. So anyway,
Yep.
I wanted to explain that today.
Isn't that
up
fun?
front. Yeah.
Lots of fun.
And I said that I'm just waiting for somebody who will be a conspiracy theorist who will think that this is just all my ploy to go to the other one, which we're not probably going to even use that one in the intro because it doesn't really.
Of an ending.
It's more of an ending, yeah. So no, there's no conspiracy theory. It's all, again, it's a little sad because we've used that song so much. But
I know.
to think that if they go back and demonetize over 300 videos.
Whoa. Ouch.
Yeah. And so, yeah.
It's just ugly.
Anyway, moving on. Anywho's, in the words of Mr. Morrow.
I like that.
Yeah. So last weekend we went camping.
We did. We went, let me think here, I just lost it, to Van Buren State Park, which is over by Findlay, Ohio.
One of our favorites.
Love it there. It was quiet. We love quiet.
I think there was a total of 5 of us in the campground.
And I want to give kudos to the tenters. There were tenters there, and it got cold one night.
Yeah.
And my goodness.
It was cold both nights.
Oh,
really.
my gosh.
Yeah.
And we saw that they had some kind of electricity, so we assumed they had a heater. But, man, those are hardcore people.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love it because we can go to that brewery. I forget the
We
name
go to
of it.
Findlay Brewing Company
Yeah.
down in Findlay, which has excellent food. We actually ended up having to wait 45 minutes on Friday night, but it was Black Friday.
Right.
So
They were busy.
yeah. And then on Saturday, we went up to the little canal town of Grand Rapids, which some of you might have remembered from when we went to Mary Jane
We
Thurston
tried that
last
brewery.
year. Yeah, Wild Wildside Brewery.
Yeah, it was
oh my
good.
gosh, their pizza.
Oh my goodness, so good. It was just it had a lot of, you could get wild food, you know, like what they have, like rabbit or something.
They did. They had
Sausage or
some
something.
wild game.
We didn't, but you could get gamey food.
Yeah. So
If you were into that.
and
so.
then if you caught our live stream on Saturday night, you know that the Milinarskis just kind of swung by on their way home from Knoxville. I don't know how
you gotta
Van
love
Buren State Park is on the way home
Hey,
when you
I
live
think
in
they'll-
Beaver, Pennsylvania.
I think he'll swing by anything.
I know. It was great, actually.
It was a good surprise.
It was a nice when he called me and said, "What you guys doing?" or something, and he's like, "You care if we swing by?" I thought he was joking.
Yeah, I'm like, "Are you kidding
"Sure,
me?"
come on over. We'll have a beer."
We
and
knew they were in Knoxville.
and then
I'm like,
he's like, "Okay, well, we'll be there in 30 minutes." And I'm like, "What?"
What?
So
here they come.
anyway, that was kind of fun,
It
though.
was fun.
Having
And have them there, yeah. And then it was so cute in the live stream. Her hand would just appear
yeah.
out of the nowhere because she wanted to see what we were talking about. So
Yeah.
too fun, too
So-
fun.
So yeah, and that actually now marks the 10th month out of 11 that we've camped this year.
Ah,
The only month we did not camp was March when we had COVID,
and we couldn't.
and we couldn't. So,
You felt lousy.
and then we will tag on December here because we're headed to Florida. I don't think we'll make it out until we leave for Florida.
I think we're probably set. For
I
a
think
while.
so.
I think it's just. I know for me at school, it's like crazy city.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to get things. Yeah, last 2.5 weeks here, we're trying to get things done for the end of the semester, and then they pile on all these activities you do. If you're a teacher, you know what I mean, like convocations and parties and all this stuff. It's fun, but you're trying to get everything done. And then with us trying to get your stuff done, this done, and then we just got to get the camper ready to go. And I just think it's getting Christmas around, and it's just crazy.
Yeah, I just feel like if we try to go out this weekend, there's too much we need to get done. So we probably won't. I did end up last weekend, and I like to share stuff like this in case any of you ever had this issue. So we were having some issues with propane,
Yep.
and in fact, Friday night we had no
dinner.
heat. That's what it was. We went
were
to
out
dinner.
And our
Waggle went off
on
saying
your phone.
that we had not got too hot. The trailer had went below our lowest
Right.
setting. And luckily, we were done with dinner and
Right.
getting ready to head back, and we were only
We weren't
15
too
minutes
far,
away.
but
And I want to say I had that set for, what was it, like 49 degrees, I
And
think.
when we got in there, it said it was 44.
Yeah. So, or maybe it was 45.
And
I can't
luckily they
remember.
have fur and they had an
Yeah.
extra blanket. They were fine.
But
It's just, what?
the
What's going on?
furnace, yeah. So
What?
the furnace was not lighting.
Yeah.
And so I knew it wasn't that we were out of propane because I had filled tanks before we left. And so I went out. Our regulator had not been working all summer. It would run only on one side, which meant when one side, normally your regulator will kick over to your other tank. And it wasn't doing that. I was having to manually swap out. So I'm like, it's got to be the regulator. And so I did what, most guys do. You get out a hammer and you bang on it.
Well, and it was cold.
It was freezing
And dark,
cold out.
pitch black.
And yeah, I went back in and finally got it to fire. Got us through the night. So then on Saturday, we ran up to Camping World and I purchased a brand new regulator. And then Saturday afternoon, I installed that.
Yep.
So now we're good to go.
Yep.
But that's not uncommon, is for those propane regulators to go out.
Right.
I know our friend Chris Forrest, he had reached out earlier this fall, I think it was, because he wasn't getting any propane and he had bled the line, all the things we talk about. So I said, it's got to be your regulator. He went and changed it out and instantly it worked. So if you ever have a situation to where you have propane, you bled your line, and you're just not getting it, there's a pretty good chance it's the regulator. And the great thing is it's 2 to 3 hoses that you change. If you just have a single propane tank, then it's 2. And if you have dual tanks, then it's 3. And they just unscrew. The main thing is you want to make sure you have Teflon tape to wrap around before you screw in. That'll help seal that up. And you want to get those tight enough, and then do some soapy water just to make sure you don't have a.
Well, and what made it interesting for you, if I remember right, you had nothing to bleed because we took the.
That's a challenge
stove
now.
out.
Yeah, because we always use the stove as a way to bleed the line, because I would just open up and sit there and keep clicking until propane started flowing, trying to light it. And then once it lights, you let it burn a few seconds. We don't have a stove. And so I have to then hook up the black stone. I have to go outside, hook up the black stone, and use
Try
the
it
black
that way.
stone as a way to bleed the line. But
It worked, but it was like,
Yeah.
didn't think about that.
so anyway, I'm just going. I've got some projects. Like I didn't have a bottle of soap or water spray
Right.
bottle, so like I need to do that this weekend.
Yeah.
I just need to go out, make sure I don't think it's leaking, but we need to do that. And
Well, I just need to start packing it.
We need to
'cause
start
it's a different
packing.
kind of trip.
this is
because
maybe the worst trip to pack for.
I think so, because you never know the weather you're going to come up against. Just because you leave Indiana, it's cold. It could be cold
The whole
The whole
time?
time. You could get down there and it's like summer. It could get cold. It could get, so you got to pack a wide range of stuff. And it's always like, "Arr," and then you're trying to pack because you know you got nicer meals, and it's just hard. It's hard for me. I'm always like, takes me a while to figure it out. Right, Sissy?
So
Oh, and these guys, we got them new harnesses,
did
didn't
get
we?
them new harnesses. If you follow us on Instagram, you would have saw the shot from a company called Everwolf, which is just a small business. The young lady, I say young lady, she looks young
She does
compared
look
to me, runs it, appears out of her home or apartment, and they ended up being very
Very
nice.
nice. They're adorable.
Yeah.
They're very soft and squishy. I like the leash because Truman pulls so hard. We always have to want a handle that has some cushion on it. This does. So that's good. It has a little bags for their potty in, and yeah.
Everwolf is the name.
Everwolf.
And so if you go to shop Everwolf, Everwolf,
Everwolf.
not wolf, woof, Everwolf.
And what was cute was I don't know if you noticed, but the packaging, it said to Truman and Bess.
It did. The packaging, I haven't posted that
Adorable.
photo, but yeah, on the outside package, it was personalized trim. But on the inside, it came with stickers. It came with a treat for these
And it
guys.
was an organic type treat. It was healthy.
It was
yeah.
just, and you could just tell she puts a lot of little extra effort into her business. So, and I love supporting small businesses.
But they just look so good. Hers is the oh deer. It's got little deer antlers
Yep.
and evergreen on it. And, it's
And his is
basically cream.
Stargazer.
And his is Stargazer, baby blue with
And there was
stars.
there is a third pattern. My understanding is she designs her own prints,
Yeah.
and I saw somebody leave a comment saying they wish she had more prints to choose from. But here I can tell you why she doesn't. She's a small business. Most likely she designs it. She works with a manufacturer to make them. She has to buy in all that inventory,
Yep.
and then she has to guess on sizes of what she's going to sell.
on just the space.
And then in storage, and she's tying up a ton of cash in inventory until it sells. So
I don't exactly know the name of the other print, but it looks like a leopard print.
it said something wild.
yeah, it's
Go
in the
wild.
Go Wild.
or-
That looks
yeah.
like a
Yeah.
leopard print. So,
anyway.
it was cute too. I debated that for her because she's kind of wild. Yeah.
And thank you to everyone who used our Amazon link.
Thank you.
Very much for your support, and over the weekend, from Black Friday through Cyber Monday, and so we really do appreciate that. One last thing I will mention: we did just add a second tier that probably will not impact almost all of you, but I still want to mention it because you never know, one of you might, to our membership over on Travels with Delaney. So, we have the $4.99 tier, monthly tier, which that gets you the Zoom, that gets you access to early videos, all of that. The new level is really only for those of you who might be content creators and you are looking for a mentor or help. And that tier is $49.99 a month, which will get you everything in the first tier. But that's not, if you're doing that tier, that's not why you're doing it. You're doing it because I am going to be doing monthly Zoom meetings to, again, help creators grow their channels. And this is really for small channels under 10,000 subscribers. So if you feel like your channel just isn't growing and you need help, then this might be something for you. And the great thing is you can do it for 1 month, have one Zoom meeting, and then if you feel like, hey, this guy doesn't really know what he's talking about, you can cancel and you don't have to come back. I've been working with some other channels, and soon I think there's going to be some people that will probably leave some feedback because I've already been able to help out. At least one channel has already said, oh my gosh, you're a genius. I don't think I'm a genius.
You're a genius.
I've just learned some things over the last 4.5 years. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that. Like I said, most of you, if you're not doing YouTube, if you just come here to consume content, or maybe you post family videos like Mark Milinarski does, but he's not looking to turn it into a business or anything like that, then that would not be. But if you know a small channel that's really struggling and maybe just needs that help, then I just wanted to mention it. So
there you go.
Maybe nobody will ever sign up for it. I don't know. But
No.
I thought I would put it out there because I feel like I have some skills that might be useful to somebody.
You have skills?
Maybe. And the thing is, and kind of what spurred it was I've talked to a couple channels and they're like, I'd love to work with like a Tim Schmoyer, and some of you are like, who's Tim Schmoyer? But he's like this guru that we've actually paid Tim Schmoyer's people before for consultation, and it's up to like $300 for a 1-hour consultation. And if you actually want to do it with Tim, I think it's up to $600 for 1 hour. And a lot, if you're under 10,000, you may not have that kind of money or want to spend that kind of money. And I thought, well, this might be a way where it's a win-win for both of us. It helps support our channel, and then we can help maybe give you some tips on growing your channel. So
Sure.
all right. And again, we apologize for being a day late and $1 short.
It's been crazy.
It has been crazy. So we'll try to be on time next week. And everybody have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there. And until next week, we'll see ya.
On down the road.
And that we are still allowed to say. That's not copyrighted, just ours.
Bye-bye.
Travels with Delaney. We'll see you on down the road.